It's the National Football League on EA Sports. We'll see Baker Mayfield. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the BUCS and the Broncos, and it comes your way next.
Well, as soon as you see that pirate ship in the north end zone, you know exactly where we are. It's the home of the Buccaneers, Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over them for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
We've got ourselves a fight in this one to get back above 500. Week 3 is underway. Set to return this, Trey Palmer. He stopped on the return at the 27. So here come the Buccaneers, ready for their opening drive. They're led out by the 7th-year pro, comeback player of the year contender last season in Baker Mayfield.
I won't call his for wasted, never. But you wish a game like that would have come in a win instead of showing up in a contest they ended up dropping. 2 touchdowns, no picks. That's the type of game that wins are typically built off of.
Man in motion, headed right. Mayfield comes out throwing. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Dre Greenlaw getting there for the stop.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, give your quarterback a chance.
And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. That's a pickup of 9. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down. The play fake, here's Mayfield. Hauled in left side. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Straight ahead, it's Irving. Past midfield at the 45. And he has this all the way down to the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominating in the trenches. And that sprung them to get to the second level and beyond.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Has him on the quick hitter. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. John Franklin Myers coming in to clean things up. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the gun, Mayfield finds his man. It's Godwin. And they had that one contained right at the line. Talanoa Hufanga there to make the play. And the Broncos are in the nickel for this 3rd down. Baker now from the gun. Really fired that one, but they couldn't connect.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
The kick by McLaughlin is good. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. So the Broncos offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be let out by the final quarterback taken in the first round of this year's draft. A lot of experience from Oregon and Auburn. It's Bo Nix.
There were times, I'll be honest with you, Kate, that I wish I played baseball. Because you have a bad outing, like this QB did last week with No touchdowns, a couple interceptions. In baseball, you get to play the next day. You get to flush it right away. He's had to sit on it all week long, and you know he wants to rectify it here.
Cortland Sutton, the man he was after. So it's second down coming up. First run of the game for J.K. Dobbins. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Not able to get away from the big Vita Vea. The Buccaneers add another DB. Third down coming up. Nix from the gun. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And now they're staring at 4th and long. Here comes the Broncos punting unit. Pulled in at the 20. And he's brought down before the return gets far. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And the Buccaneers will get set to go on offense. Shotgun handoff to Irving. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Dre Greenlaw getting there for the stop. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Irving. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of 2 follows up a gain of 1, and now they're left with 3rd and 7. Mayfield now from the gun. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Riley Moss with the pick. And the Broncos are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
That is just a big-time individual effort, Kate, defensively. First, he takes the ball away, and then he's looking for points, right? He turns from defense to offense, and one more move, and he might have broken it to the house.
The Denver offense taking the field for their second drive. And that interception has set them up beautifully inside the red zone. On 1st and 10, here's Nix. Brought in by Vele. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Shotgun snap to Nix. And that one's behind him. That's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now it's 3rd and short. Going for the first with Dobbins. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. 9-yard pickup, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. Dobbins has the Denver touchdown. The Broncos parlay the interception into points. J.K. Dobbins with the touchdown. Will Lutz now on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Broncos take a 4-point lead. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. On the return, here's Palmer. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Time for us to get another look at this Tampa Bay offense. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. First down, here's Baker. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
You know, the goal on a lot of these short throws is to simply create some yards after the catch, that yak. Well, I think he was thinking about the yak before he actually secured the catch.
This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down. Throwing, Baker. McMillan hauls it in. And in, The Buccaneers hold a slim 2-point lead early. Jalen McMillan with the touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. Yards after catch.
McLaughlin has it on the team, and he's ready to send this flying. Returning it from the 4. And this drive will start inside the 25. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Beginning on the ground here with Dobbins. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, it's Nix. This is hauled in by Ingram. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
First down, ball at the 36. Throwing here, Nix. And that's incomplete, but he might have done a little too much to cause that. Flag comes out, and this could be interference. He got too aggressive to try and stop that play, and they tag him for pass interference. Nix off the play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that deep.
Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a 3rd down.
Kate, I've seen a 1-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Nix. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
I'll tell you this, Kate, that's where you got to be on the same page with one another and get both ends of the play right to execute, both the protection and ultimately completing that ball. They certainly want that play call back.
Fields this clean at the 30. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And it's going to be their football coming up. Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. Irving here from the gun. He breaks a tackle, and he'll be out of bounds at his own 45. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2. A give right side to White. Open space inside the 40. And he's all the way down to the 32-yard line. They strike for 23 yards. And that's good for a Buccaneer 1st down.
You know, it is so refreshing for these running backs when they have space to run. It's hard. There's so many collisions between the tackles. When they get on the edge and have green grass, well, the best of them take advantage of it.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Baker now off the play fake. That's complete, Mike Evans. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Has it in close. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
McLaughlin attack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Buccaneers make it a 10-point ball game. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Starting from the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Broncos offense all set to go. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. Nix with it on 1st. To his back, J.K. Dobbins. This is ahead for about 5. Stopped that time by Jamel Dean.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
And for the Buccaneers, it's a nickel look. 3rd down coming. Here's Nix to throw. Pass taken in by Sutton. And he winds up out of bounds, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. And here, that's going to do it for quarter number 1. It's a 2-score game early. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up after the break. We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. Cut by Sutton. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Shotgun handoff for Dobbins. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Jukes out a 1-stop, and he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play, but they will take that execution every time.
Throwing on 1st down, Nix. Complete, it's Ingram. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. A give to Dobbins out of the shotgun. And he's brought down for a loss.
What was supposed to move the chains or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
On 3rd down, here's Nix. That's caught for the 1st. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You know what that felt like to me, Kate? That felt like a little bit of overthinking, where he's just waiting for the perfect lane and the breakaway run. But against defenses in this league, you hesitate, you get tackled for a loss.
Flushed out of the pocket. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
Kate, it's pretty clear, isn't it? It's this constant pressure that this defense has imposed on this offense to keep them out of rhythm and build up this lead. This offense is not going to offer a comeback if this quarterback continues to run for his life.
One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. Penalty not helping their cause for this third down. Completed to Sutton. And he's taken down at the 30.
Never eat shredded wheat. North, east, south, and west, right, Kate? And I like on third downs, north and south. You start going east to west and eating that wheat, you could run into problems just like that.
Bertolet able to knock it through. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead's 7.
I know. Sometimes we take kickers for granted, but I'll tell you what, you can't hit that any better. Never even flirted with an upright. That was right down the middle.
On the return, here's Palmer. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Tampa Bay are ready to head out to the field. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. Completed over the middle. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. On the give, this is Irving. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
Throwing now, 3rd and 2. Complete beyond the marker. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Mayfield on 1st and 10. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Pat Surtain has it. And forget the interception. He makes this a pick-6 down. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
Point after try is good by Lutz. And the Broncos make it 17 all. A quick chance at redemption after that pick-6 as it's sent away. On the return, here's Palmer. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Now the Buccaneers set to take the field. And in a high-scoring game to this point, everyone anticipating, well, even more points as they take the field. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Dre Greenlaw getting there for the stop. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Right back to Irving now. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Mayfield now from the gun. On target to Godwin. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Tight end going in motion here. First and 10, it's Mayfield. Got Evans, it's complete. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Offense set for a first and 10. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Got his target, it's Otten. And that's good for a gain of 5. P.J. Locke getting there for the stop. All right, here we go, second down. Off the play fake, here's Mayfield. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free, incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Mayfield to throw again. Throwing the out route complete. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL. Everybody on the field's thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that third down?
And he's brought down for a loss. And that run won't come close. That's a turnover on downs.
Yeah, I don't care that they didn't get it. Still the right call in that situation. It's a little too long for a field goal, and a punt really nets you very few yards. The decision-making was sound. It was the execution that let them down.
The Broncos running their offense out once again. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for first and 10. Shotgun snap to Nix. He's got the hook up to Ingram. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Second and 3 now. From the 47. Got a man, it's Marvin Mims. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down. We're at the 2-minute warning now from Raymond James. And it's the Broncos looking at first and 10. Nix from the gun. Wow, wide open here, complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
He brings the offense up now for a first and 10. They'll throw again. Nix. This throw is caught. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got first and goal. Pressure coming for Nix. Has it in close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. Jamel Dean makes the play.
Red zone defense. It is a part of the practice week at least twice, Thursdays, Fridays, even tuning it up on Saturdays, because it's all about protecting in the red zone. And not only protecting points, but taking the ball away. That is a gold star effort by the defense.
The Buccaneers and Bucky Irving ready for their next possession. Not a whole lot of time left for him to put something together here before the break. A little less than 30 seconds to go as they begin this drive. First down, here's Baker. This finds Evans, complete. And they touch him down, looks to be about 4 yards short of the sticks. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. This time they'll keep it on the ground. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. We've reached halftime, and it's been an even one so far. We are all tied up at the break. Now we'll keep it in-state, but send you a couple hours away to our buddy in Orlando. It's Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, where you see the final score there. Josh Jacobs, well over 100 yards rushing with a touchdown run as well. From there, we'll head up to Indy to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Chicago Bears. Anthony Richardson leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's get to Pittsburgh to check on the Steelers at home in Acrisure Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting LA Chargers. Aaron Rodgers, 3 touchdown passes as his guys stay unbeaten on the year. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Well, we're set up for an incredible second half, all tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. Here's a return from the 7. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Denver offense now with the football first to begin quarter number 3. And a nice drive last time out, Brock, squandered by that interception. So I think they take a repeat of everything except that final play. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. Running it again with Dobbins. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. And the Buccaneers clogging up the throwing lanes. We got 6 DBs out there. 3rd down. Again, they'll run with Dobbins. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there, and he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage. More throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
The Buccaneers add another DB. 3rd down coming up. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Rolling left, trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Well, here's what I know, Kate. And sadly, from personal experience, after this one's over, the QB, he's going to be the first one in the cold tub because he has been feeling the heat and paying the price all game long. At some point, you've got to find a way to protect the passer or he's not going to endure this season.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. Fair catch called for, and he's got it right near the 30-yard line. So no return on that punt. And they're going to take over possession. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Drive starts with a carry by White. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Dre Greenlaw getting there for the stop. Give him 5 yards to bring up a manageable 3rd and 1. Irving on the inside give. And again, they stall him out at the line. He couldn't get it.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Here's Riley Dixon on now for the punt on 4th down. And we'll see how his debut offering goes. Coming off a busy week, 5 punts in the loss, and he sends this one away. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Broncos are going to take over with a lot of field ahead of them. Denver ready for another offensive possession. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. On 1st and 10, here's Nix. He's on the move. Now he takes it. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And the Broncos will have a 1st down.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the 1st down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
And he's swallowed up in the middle. No gain on the run. Tackle made by Kalijah Cansey. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Straight ahead. Here's Dobbins. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
This offense will take that from their ground game every time. But I know, because I've been around this league a long time, runs like that, they're really hard to come by. It takes everybody. And maybe a little breakdown there on defense, too, to take advantage of.
And he has enough room to gain about 4. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 46. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That's now a handful of sacks for the defense and a handful of bruises for the quarterback. Consider this, Kate. Truly elite defenses in this league, well, they average just over 3 sacks a game during an entire season. If you put up 5 in a contest, you're playing like one of the league's best.
This is hauled in by Ingram. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And they won't be able to return this one as it sails out of bounds. Here come the Bucs on offense now. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. That's going to be caught by Evans. We'll have him gain up about a handful there. P.J. Locke getting there for the stop. Offense to the line for 2nd down. From the 42. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Tight end in motion right. 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. He finds Evans, left side. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that first. From the gun, a run for White. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Baker now off the play fake. Completes this one to Otten. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Dre Greenlaw getting there for the stop. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. From the gun, Mayfield escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
On fourth down, the Buccaneers trying to put 3 on the board with Chase McLaughlin. He was good on his first attempt, and his second from a little over 45 here. The kick by McLaughlin is good, and they've taken back the lead.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. Second time they brought him out for a field goal, and second time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
Kickoff taken at the 3. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So here comes the Bronco offense. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. That's 16 on the pickup. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Not able to get away from the big Vita Vea. Second down now, 7 to go. They run the counter with Dobbins. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now. Nix now to throw. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. So we're through 3 here. It's Broncos football. They're on a mission here. They trail entering the 4th. They're now set for 1st and 10. Now Nix. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
No matter what other stats you want to look at in this ball game, well, this defense can take some serious pride in at least one thing, and that is 6 quarterback sacks on the afternoon. 6 sacks? Well, that's an expectation rarely achieved. And a sign? Well, this group did their homework, and they're making it pay on the field.
Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long. Now an inside handoff to Dobbins. And that hit stops him in his tracks. They gain nothing on second down, and it sets up 3rd and a long way to go. Nix looking to throw. Hauled in by Dobbins. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And in the 4th quarter, that's going to tie the game.
Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
He fields it from the 8. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield ready for this next possession. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. 1st and 10, it's Mayfield. That's incomplete left side. Tried to find Mike Evans with that throw. And it sets up 2nd down. Shotgun handoff to Irving. And the hit stops him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Baker now from the gun. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. And that brings up 4th and long. Tampa Bay in punt formation now. Brushes him off with ease. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Officially a 55-yard launch. And the Broncos get set to take over. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Nix with it on first. Hitting Ingram on the slant. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Well, Kate, a 2-yard run on first down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule, but you're going to have to pick up the pace.
2nd and 8. Pass taken in by Sutton. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Carry here for Dobbins. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
On 2nd down, here's Dobbins. And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one, and now it's 3rd and 8. Shotgun snap to Nix. Complete. It's Ingram. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Nix from the gun. Completed to Sutton. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 24. Cut by Sutton. And he'll go down here at the 16. And that play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Here's Nix. He's got the hook up to Ingram. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, it's Nix. This throw is caught. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
Here comes Will Lutz, a lot riding on this field goal try. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they take the lead in the 4th quarter.
That field goal gives them the lead for the moment, Kate, but you don't feel comfortable when you look up at that scoreboard. This one isn't over, and that lead certainly isn't safe.
This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Buccaneers ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Irvin here from the gun. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down. Motion man sent left. First down, here's Baker. Oh no, they get him yet again! Pat Surtain has it! And the Broncos take over as he records his 10th career INT.
There's some serious self-scouting going on right now. What is this quarterback not seeing that has led to these 3 interceptions in just this game? And then overall, what is this offense doing that has this defense clued in coverage-wise to every route combination they're trying to throw?
The Broncos and Cortland Sutton taking the field once again. And they were able to contribute 3 points to the lead their last time out. Another chance to build on that advantage here. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Running this with Dobbins. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. It's a pickup of 11. And the Broncos will have a first down. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Oh, they're going to run the option to the short side. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, and now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did, tote the ball himself for a big run.
They'll run on first down with Dobbins. And he's charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards. Second down now, 7 to go. They send him left out of the slot. The give here on second. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Ooh, I like that call. I really like it with those sticks. You can keep them on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the first down.
We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Tampa. Broncos only up by a few. A touchdown would put this one to bed. A few shots at it here, starting with first and goal. Dobbins is across the line for the Denver touchdown. The Broncos pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. J.K. Dobbins with the touchdown. Now his second rushing score this game could not have come at a better time, Brock, as it adds some valuable points to that lead.
You know, this is something I can't really define, Kate, but it's just a feel. Right? Passing touchdowns are great, but what rushing touchdowns do, especially to your defense, is they just fuel them. It empowers them to go out and play, and now they'll get to do so with a bigger lead.
And the kick is good, and we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call. So they tag him for roughing the kicker, and now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. The Buccaneer offense back out for another series. And you know that interception is in the back of their minds as they head back out there now. Mayfield on first and 10. And his pass is going to fall incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Short pass brought in. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Now to throw. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Pat Surtain has it. Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to forcing turnovers. Big play after big play, and that is their 4th interception of this contest.
Special for the defense and an absolute nightmare for a quarterback. 1 interception, it sticks with you all week long, but throwing 4, he probably wishes he could be anywhere else on earth other than this field right now.
The Broncos are getting the ball back as J.K. Dobbins runs out there. And I think we can agree the plan to keep him out of the end zone, it hasn't quite worked so well for this defense, at least not yet. He scored twice, really been the one his group can turn to for a spark or a big play when they've needed it. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Beginning on the ground here with Dobbins. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers, their first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. This is Dobbins. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Tampa spends its 2nd timeout now. It's 3rd and 8, need to get a chunk here. A give right side to Dobbins. And he's brought down for a loss. That timeout taken by the Buccaneers, and that's their final one. They'll bring out the punter here. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. And the fair catch secured here at the 16. The offense headed back to the field. And like a swarm of hornets, the coverage has been everywhere this offense has tried to throw it. So many possessions lost to interceptions, as we're being reminded of right here.
Yeah, think about it from a pure mathematical perspective. That's as many as 24 to 20, even 32 points left on the table offensively. That's enough to win a brand new football game. Kept off the board by a secondary. You call them hornets, I call them dancing like a butterfly and stinging like a bee.
I love it.
Making it harder than it needs to be right there. Just get the catch first, guarantee some yards, and then worry about escaping the defenders and getting upfield.
Throwing again is Baker. Throw knocked away, incomplete.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
He's got Godwin working that sideline. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. No timeouts and down 2 scores. They've got to find points quickly here. It's 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw again. Hauled in left side. And nothing doing on that run. Defenders bottle it up quickly. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Buccaneers hustling to the line. They're in the hurry up. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
You know, Kate, that was one of those situations where you hear a quarterback having a clock, right? You know, and he had enough time in the pocket, but then it was like, okay, time is running out, and I got to do something. He did force a throw and risk a pick. Instead, he just got rid of it and cut his losses.
Try and push it deep downfield. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. With the win in hands, they'll take the knee and let this clock run out.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So the Broncos ride out of here with a win on the road. Man, this one is gonna sting, partner. You pride yourself on defending your building, getting those home victories. Instead, you end up taking a bitter pill today in front of your own fans.
Well, as one coach famously said, we're on to Cincinnati. We're on to Cincinnati. That's all these guys could do after giving one up at home. Just look ahead to the next game. Focus on prepping for the next opponent and working your tail off, and make up for losing in front of the home crowd by giving your fans something to cheer about the next time out.